Hello, my friends. It is the end of a year, the end of a decade, and I want to reflect. I want to think about all the things I have done, all the things I've learned, and what can I change for the future. I've watched a fair amount of end of the year videos, end of the decade videos, and just, thinking about ourselves as people, as creators on the internet, as artists. So there's a lot that I want to talk about. So this might be a little bit of a long video, but if you enjoy my content on anywhere on the internet or just kind of me as a person, I think this is a video that you should definitely take the time to watch. There's really three categories of things I want to talk about. One is advice, another is kind of worries and stressors that I have, and then the last one is just kind of the best moments from the decade. So first, I realized that I couldn't make a end of the year, end of the decade video without giving some advice, because that's kind of what I've become a little bit known for here on YouTube. So I wanted to bring to you some advice that I feel like I've learned in the past 10 years. One, throwing it way back to 2011, is that you should always make sure that you have a trendy or cute pair of glasses in case you accidentally scratch your cornea and then can't wear your contacts anymore for a month. And then you're stuck wearing your old glasses from middle school. So yeah, that was a dark, dark time. Second piece of advice is don't put up with anyone's bullshit, no matter how cute or cool or perfect they might seem. Yeah, they're not. We learned that one the hard way. Third piece of advice, there's more to life than what's on the internet. Let go of that jealousy and just live. And for the fourth piece of advice, which actually kind of jumps off the third one, it's that we tend to give the advice that we need. I hope that you've noticed over the last 8 years of making videos that I don't have all the answers. And typically, my advice is coming from a place of I also need to hear that advice, and I am giving it to myself when making the video. All right, next section, worries and stressors, because what would this video be without me being anxious about something? We have a purring kitty, he's come to comfort me. Really, making YouTube videos has come to feel very much like a chore. What are you doing? I've been doing this YouTube thing for a long, long time. And if you notice, in a way, my content hasn't changed all that much. There's always been this kind of ever-changing, admittedly, script or formula that you're supposed to follow, and it'll work. It'll make your channel successful. But really, since I would say 2016, after I was in YouTube Next Up, where it was things should take off from here, I really kind of found that what tends to work on YouTube doesn't work for me and the kind of content that I want to make. You guys have heard that before. It's a thing that I've really been struggling with for years. This question of do I continue making videos? Do I completely change what I make? And I've changed a little bit. I think I've organically evolved with time and just me growing up and changing, becoming older and wiser, hopefully. I guess the thing for me is that I can be very stubborn. Also, just generally, my plate is always too full. And so because of that, YouTube can feel like a chore, and I don't have the kind of time or energy or enthusiasm to work at it in the way that I feel like it needs to be worked at in order to reach a level of success that people define, the level of success that is defined on the internet today. I'm not there. But you see, the thing is, I don't really want to do that. I told you, I'm stubborn and hard-headed. I really want to get back to this idea of being an artist and not just a YouTuber. There's a lot of artistic pleasure and hobbies that I have let fall to the wayside in order to make time for pursuing YouTube and pursuing really being a content creator, which in today's world, it's just like this like content machine. You're just pumping out content. You gotta post every week, multiple times a week on multiple different platforms in different kind of mediums. It is overwhelming and can be very disheartening, and for me, becomes virtually impossible to feel very creative. Like even when I make something that I'm genuinely very proud of, it tends to be like at such the last minute that I have to like post it and immediately move on to the next thing and not be able to give it its due, or like I'm so tired of it by the time I'm telling people on social media that I made it, then I'm like, yeah, there's this video, here you go, maybe watch it, please. That is not cool. Okay, we're done with worries and stressors. We're gonna stop there, otherwise we will be here all day. We'll come back at the end though, and we'll talk about kind of what this means for me. Okay, slightly more upbeat section. I wanna talk about some of my best moments from the decade. Some sort of obvious moments from this decade are I graduated from college, I got my first like real professional job, I got my second real professional job, which was a lot better of a job, and I also got to move to Richmond, kind of finally move out from my parents and like adult freedom, yeah! I was selected for the YouTube Creator Institute in 2011, which really just jump-started this whole YouTube thing and put me on the path that I'm on now, and like pretty much the things that I have accomplished professionally and creatively have been because I was a part of that program. Also, having my relationship with Eric kind of come full circle. Fun story, I've talked about it on Instagram. I don't know if I've talked about it on YouTube, but Eric and I dated when we were in high school. And we were kind of one of those like on again, off again things where we both really liked each other, but we just, for various reasons, we were just not a very good couple. 2009 was actually the last time I saw him until we reconnected in 2018. I really kind of said goodbye to him in this like very real way of like, I'm letting this part of my like teenage life, my childhood go, and I am moving on. And we both kind of went our separate ways and did a lot of growing up. And then for us to come back together and for things to like work out in a really like fun and amazing way for us to be in a relationship is, I don't know, time is amazing and weird and interesting, and it's just something that I'm very excited for. Last moment of the decade. No, this is kind of bittersweet because it was simultaneously one of the worst moments of my life so far, I would say. But moving out and moving on from my ex. At the time, I was like totally devastated. Looking back now, I kind of see it as this moment of triumph because I was so afraid of doing life on my own. I'd never really had to do that and was afraid that I couldn't. And then finding that, in fact, I can, and I'm very good at it, and I'm very happy. So it's a moment in time that while I do remember the like dark parts of it, I'm really seeing much more of how it created a much better future because of that particular moment and decision. All right, conclusions. Whew, thanks for hanging with me, guys. So I'm taking at least the first 2 weeks off in January, maybe longer. I have like video ideas planned out starting on the 16th, but as we talked about in Worries and Stressors, I really need some time to think about what I want to do with this channel and with myself as a creator. There's this big fear of who am I without making videos? And I keep trying to answer that question, but I'm not sure I can come to a real answer unless I actually just don't make videos for a little while. This isn't like a goodbye forever video. I really doubt I could just stop making videos. It's a real struggle of feeling like you have to make videos because it's this thing you've always done and it's this thing that people identify with you. But also, you know, would anyone even notice if I stopped making videos? Do enough people really watch? And like, yes, there are definitely some of you who comment on every video or almost every video, and I deeply, deeply appreciate you. But like I said earlier, I want to get back to a place of being an artist who makes YouTube videos and not just a content machine. Content machines are no fun. Ugh. I'm gonna figure out what that looks like and then I'll be back. If you want to know what's happening in the interim, you can definitely find me on Instagram, kind of follow along with what's happening there, and I'll give you updates and stuff like that. Now more than ever is it time to subscribe, but especially turn that notification bell on, because when I do make a video again, you will be the first to know about it. Okay, that's it. We are signing off. We're signing off of YouTube for a little bit. Who knows how long? Oh, probably not that long. I really appreciate all of you who watch my videos, comment, everyone who's been, following for a while on this journey that I've been on. I love all of you guys very, very much. You make making content worth it, even when I've felt like a content machine. So I will see you on some Thursday in the next decade. That sounds very ominous, but it's not as ominous as it sounds. Bye!